Excerpt from Mulhe Jiguan, or The Great Calming and Contemplation, by Zhiyi. Introduction to Chapter 7, Doctrinal Learning and Meditative Practice as the Jewel of the Nation. In the previous 6 chapters, we relied upon the teachings of the sutras in order to elucidate the wondrous principle of calming and contemplation. Now, on the basis of this wondrous understanding, we will establish the correct practice of calming and contemplation. The tallow that serves as the lamp's fuel and the brightness that comes from its burning are mutually dependent. Eyes and feet assist one another. When practice and theoretical understanding becomes truly earnest, the 3 obstacles, 1, the root afflictions of desire, hatred, and ignorance, 2, negative deeds, and 3, negative effects of deeds, and the 4 maras, 1, the root afflictions, 2, the 5 aggregates or skandhas, 3, death, and 4, the demon king Mara, arise in chaotic profusion. The thick darkness of ignorance enshrouds the radiant light of wisdom, and mental turmoil riles the stability of meditative quiescence. One must neither give in to them nor fear them. Giving in to them will lead you into evil paths of rebirth. Fearing them will impede your progress in cultivation of the true Dharma. Instead, you should discern this darkness by means of contemplation. Thereupon the darkness itself will be seen as bright. Still the turmoil with calming, and the turmoil will itself be experienced as quiescent. In this manner, the afflictions themselves can further the practice of calming and contemplation, just as the pigs that rub against a gold mountain cause the gold mountain itself to become more lustrous, or the myriad rivers pour into the ocean, but the ocean itself does not change. Adding sticks makes a fire blaze more fiercely, and the tiny Karakura bug, when touched by the wind, grows bigger and bigger. This contemplation, which is as firm as diamond itself, will mow down the legions of the afflictions. Its strong and nimble feet will carry you beyond the field of birth and death. Insight acquired from theoretical learning purifies practice, and practice promotes insight. Illuminating and enriching, guiding and penetrating, they reciprocally beautify and embellish one another. They are like the 2 hands of a single body, which working together keep it clean. This synthesis of learning and practice is not just a matter of clearing away obstacles in order to advance inwardly towards your own personal enlightenment. You must also achieve a thorough comprehension of the sutras and treatises so that you can outwardly reveal to others what they have not heard before. When you combine your own training with the training of others, benefit is then complete. If one such as this is not the teacher of humankind and the jewel of the nation, then who is? Moreover, upon learning that the Buddha's loving kindness and compassion allows no room for stinginess, one preaches this calming and contemplation of the mind to others, thereby opening wide the door of the treasury, pouring forth its cash, and bringing out the wish-fulfilling gem for others to use. This gem emits glorious radiance and also rains down all manner of precious jewels. It illumines the darkness, enriches the needy, lights up the night, and saves the destitute. Galloping forth on a chariot with 2 wheels, one can travel far. Soaring on 2 wings, one is able to fly high. Rich and lustrous like rare jade, how it surpasses words. Even if you should grind your bones to powder in the fragrant city, like the Bodhisattva Siddhaprarudita, or throw yourself from the snowy peaks, like the lad of the Himalayas, how could either be sufficient to repay its blessings? The swift horse takes to the right road with but a glimpse of the whip's shadow, but stupid persons, deeply infected with noxious influences, and bereft of their native faculties, are obtuse beyond description. Being themselves unbelieving, they cannot be tamed. Since they have never been exposed to the trainer's hook of religious instruction, they listen to the Dharma but cannot understand. Lacking the eye of wisdom, they are incapable of distinguishing true from false. Their entire body paralyzed with indecision, they struggle to move, but do not advance a single step. Unenlightened and completely incognizant of their plight, they are people who pile up great sins. Why should one labor to preach to such persons as this? If they are people who despise the world and delight in the inferior vehicle of the Hinayana, they will end up chasing after branches and leaves, becoming like the dog that befriends a poor man as his master, the buffoon who worships a monkey believing it to be the god Indra, and the idiots who squabble over shards of tile thinking them to be jewels. How can one possibly discuss the way with such a benighted person as this? Furthermore, there is a kind of meditation master who, without scrutinizing the capacities of others, instructs them all with the milk medicine of ultimate truth, directly identifying with the essence of mind, suppressing the mind in formless purity, harmoniously melding mind and object, maintaining wakeful awareness of the formless nature of mind, or seeking directly for the essence of mind. All of these techniques of meditation promote but a single approach, regardless of whether they strive to efface the mind in quiescence or comprehend the mind as suchness. The masters who teach these methods confuse and fail to recognize the vast range of obstacles that attend the path. No sooner do they experience an unusual sign in their practice than they conclude that this is the true way. Themselves unfit to be vessels of the Dharma, they also lack the ability to teach others. Blind to the exigencies of the path and crippled in their own spiritual practice, master and disciple together fall to their doom. Stumbling and groping their way through the darkness, they are pitiable to the extreme. One should not expound this calming and contemplation to persons of this sort.